Hello YouTube and welcome back to Richmond. It's time for the Wawa versus Sheetz 400 here from Richmond, and it's time to set the field for the Season 5 chase for the Coke Vanilla Cup. Joining me in the booth yet again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys.
And qualifying yielded a part-time car on the pole. It's Henry Williams in the 77 starting alongside Seth Cole in the 25. Will Lewis and Matt Dixon will make up row number two as Will Lewis and Seth Cole, I should mention, trying to get their way into the chase still. Dixon and Henry Williams obviously eliminated. Delon Ebrahimian will start alongside Kev Shear in row three. Kev just looking for the win tonight as Ebrahimian trying to get his way into the chase or at least lock himself in. Preston Plord and Tom Shelley make up row number four. Tom Shelley is not going for any title hopes tonight. He's just looking for the win. Steve Pollard just trying to actually really has nothing to race for here, and he'll start alongside Bill Braddock Jr. in row 5. Bill Braddock Jr. has already locked up his spot in the chase. Here's the rest of Star and Grid as I hand it over to Steven.
So now I can talk about the previous two races because we're in the future now. So we've seen Tom Shelley and Stephen Paul III's chase hopes crushed when they were running 9th and 10th. So Delon Ebrahimian and Tim Randolph, will they suffer the same fate here tonight? We saw one wreck race in the truck series and then a clean green flag run and a huge crap storm in the Hooters series. So I'm not sure we have store here. The first COT race at Richmond, so it could lead to some drama here. It's definitely going to be interesting. One is our final row is James Qualls and Jack James, who finally got his flight here at Richmond. He will start in the last row.
And thanks to what we learned about Velton's Arena, we also figured out a way for him to be technically in the 11th grid spot, but starting at the rear of the field, so he does get to keep his pit stall selection now as well. As here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
So onboards that we will carry, we won't actually go on board with them right now, but Sam Young will be carrying the Chevy onboard camera. He has to finish 24th or better to clinch his spot in the chase. As 42nd on the grid doesn't even roll. Whoops. Tim Randolph will be carrying our Ford onboard camera. He comes in this one 9th in points, would have to finish 2nd or better to clinch his spot.
And it looks like the thing worked.
Delon Ebrahimian will be carrying our AAA onboard, and the rest of them we're just going to have to mention. Henry Sanford is carrying the Toyota onboard camera. As just look, there's James Qualls on the pit lane to confirm.
Oh, that's Rimp Chase.
As we are green here from Richmond, the other onboards that we were trying to get to there, Mark George will be carrying our Dodge onboard camera. Cole Deaver, the Budweiser onboard camera. Jessica Shelton, the Motorcraft onboard camera. As Will Lewis now goes to the lead. 3 wide back there with, I believe that is Steve Pollard in the middle.
Well, Lewis, he needs a second win. That's what he needs right now. And oh, God. Oh, no.
That was close.
That was death. That's Preston Florida, another guy who needs a second win. Here comes Kev forcing it. I think he's the Sheetz guy, right?
Yes.
This is the Wawa versus Sheetz. Is this not going to work?
And Dylan Young representing Wawa tonight. So, this is the third leg of that, a little triple header. I don't remember who won out of the other two.
No.
Oh!
No! Oh, what a save! What a save! Oh,
but
God!
Still trying to wreck. They're still trying to.
It.
Oh, and Seth's involved. Oh, big wreck. Pollard's around.
Oh, God. Oh, there goes Seth's chase hopes. So Rimp Seth's chase hopes, and that's a ban.
So that's one driver out of this one. Tim Randolph's got damage in the 60.
Like we've seen all week, 9th through 10th, it's been a dangerous spot.
And they wrecked again coming back up here. Steve Pollard, Jonathan Zorline in it.
Oh, God. Nice
and
arc of brakes.
Fitzwater.
Nice arc of brakes, 83. And, oh, God, Charles Jackson with the brakes.
Actually, he did get stopped. Tristan Wilhoit with heavy damage, the Nintendo Wii Ford. He was already locked in, though, so that's not going to affect him. Stephen Paul III is on pit lane, so it's going to be, looks like a tough night for them.
2 straight races in a row, Stephen Paul III crashes on lap 1.
Seth Cole, they're still trying to get sorted out back here. Let's take a look back at what happened, though, to bring out the yellow for the first time tonight. And we're back. Here's what happened coming off turn number 4. This is what started the whole thing. Seth Cole's going to make contact with the 6 of Delon Ebrahimian. They go up into the wall.
Now this gets insane here. The Matt Dixon slideways.
Yeah, Matt Dixon makes contact with the 6. They save it.
And
And then it's going to be Braddock that turns the 25 right down into the 23.
well, that's an interesting team meeting.
And then Seth trying to save it. There, the engine goes up in smoke for the 25. And Wilhoit gets turned by Alexander Rowe.
Good job. And then I don't know how the 22 hit the 9. I can't script that any better.
And so then it's just on from there. Charles Sanford gets involved in the 05, it looks like.
If we can go back a little bit, Braddock just absolutely nailed Charles Jackson in the door.
Well, something happened to the 23. Oh, well, I mean, good job.
Well, that's actually not Braddock who. Oh God.
Wait,
Oh,
and Sky
no.
Commons was on pit lane.
Oh my God! What a hit.
I just realized Sky Commons was on pit lane at the time of the caution. And he ends up getting clipped from behind by Washer.
Well, that's damn lap cars right there.
Because he's on pit lane as well.
All right, we're all clear to come on track. All clear. I like how they have the Wawa logo right there.
And just run into from behind by Chris Washer. Henry Sanford gets the piece of it. There's where Randolph gets his damage in the 60.
Literally, 9th, 10th, 11th are all involved in this crash in 8th.
Cole Deaver got a piece of it. William Brock was turned around somehow.
Well, we don't really care much about Brock. Well, it looks like Brock just spun. Oh no, he got hit by Will.
No, he got hit by the. Well, no, he spun trying to avoid this.
Yeah, that's just how William Brock's season going. Now, Stevens wreck reminds me of the Ricky races when you hit that wall in the before turn 1.
And then Jack James actually ends up getting into the 8 of Cole Deaver.
And that's gonna kill Cole Deaver. At least we got an onboard Cole.
And I need to pause this real quick.
Yeah, we don't want to have a Texas repeat.
As coming off turn number 4, Steve Pollard's going to turn Delan Ebrahimian.
Well, shoot.
And that's where the 7 of Zorline gets turned around. 19 turns the 29, trying to avoid the 98, and then Sky Commons runs right into the 19.
Well, yesterday we seen Alex May almost win the race with damage, so a little damage is not going to hurt anybody here.
Especially because these cars are probably a little bit more durable than the ones we saw yesterday.
And the 16 car, nice brakes, man.
So with that, let's take a few of the onboards that we have and then get you back to the restart. Onboard Henry Sanford.
Whoa, oh! The Whopper was fried.
Finally onboard Cole Deaver, at least last one for this one. There wasn't many good ones.
The 8 was in the secondary wreck too.
Actually, he missed the secondary wreck.
At least he didn't hit the pit wall then. Oh, well, never mind.
Got driven into it by Sky Commons.
See, I knew something happened, and then he just gonna say screw you, Jack James.
And we are back. Seth Cole, Sky Commons, Stephen Paul III, and Tristan Wilhoit out as a result of that last incident. The only car off the lead lap that is still running is James Qualls. Will Lewis is your race leader over Henry Williams, Kev Shear, Tom Shelley, Preston Plord, Mary Shelley, Matt Dixon, Bill Bragg Jr., Brandon Patterson, and William Duncan are the top 10.
So if Kev wins, does that mean Sheetz is the best?
I don't know because Dylan Young, our president, is Team Wawa. So there we are. We're under green once again. Not a good restart there for James Qualls. So maybe something more to the issue than just not getting started off the grid.
So Tom Shelley has never won in the Cup Series, so this would be huge for Tom Shelley.
And all he's got to race for right now is pride and just getting the win. Points don't really matter to him at this point.
That'd be huge. Mary Shelley up there. A lot of the Go Oklahomers up here. Are we watching the D&Q race?
Maybe.
Now remember, Will Lewis did win in a short track at Bristol, so it looks like they brought the Bristol car here this week.
Or at least a very similar set. Well, I wouldn't say similar setup because this is definitely a very different track.
Now
Zorline tries to make it 3 wide on Dylan Young.
Alexander Rowe is actually running in the top 20 actually.
Yeah, right now last scored in 13th, battling with Steve Pollard.
How the heck did they save that?
And there's a car on pit lane.
It's probably somebody with no hood.
Trying to get a good look of it. It's Henry Williams.
Well, poor Henry Williams. Man, that's a tough break. James Qualls just being a damn lap car.
Well, I mean, he's somewhat up to speed out of all this. Last lap time in 22 seconds.
He needs 4 cautions to get back on the lap.
Well, and he also needs to be ahead of Will Lewis.
That too. As Kev Shear, his best career finish is 7th, so this is a big improvement. Tom Shelley's best career finish is 3rd 4 times.
Well, right now he would equal that mark, although Mary Shelley, actually, ironically enough, I just remembered this, the most recent Richmond winner, she won this race last year to actually get into the Season 4 chase.
Well, this time Mary Shelley's not going to be in the Season 5 chase.
Well, it was kind of funny because last season, driving the 38 car, she won the M&M's 400 here at Richmond.
I call rigged. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, here comes Matt Dixon down the inside of Patterson with a clear Patterson there. Kyle Matthews for 10th.
Yep. Although now Matt Dixon going to set his sights on the 20 of Preston Plord for the 5th position. 84 with damage to the right side of that Red Bull Toyota.
Alexander Rowe is running 10th. It's definitely the end of the world as we know it.
Meanwhile, James Qualls being a pesky lap car right now for Kev, as the lead right now stands at 1.3 seconds.
It's not pesky, it's the damn lap car.
As right now the best battle is for that 5th spot as Matt Dixon continues to hound the 20 and actually is now inside of that Home Depot Chevrolet.
Now the real question is, oh god, Zorline just chopped the nose off the 98. As Alexander Rowe, if Alexander Rowe wins this race, it's going to be the greatest reaction in history.
At least from you. As Zorline continues to fall back, it looks like the damage to the rear end of his car is definitely affecting that Jim beam forward.
Yes, they're going to need a drink to fix that damage. As Steve Pollard, his final ride, the 98 car, trying to make a good showing out of it.
Yep, and looks like we have a battle for second. Tom Shelley going to take the fight to his teammate there.
And like I mentioned in qualifying, Tom Shelley has had at least about 80 to 90 race losing streak and has never won a race in the series, one of the longest, trying to match Tom Gerard's record, but Tom Gerard actually won.
Well, Tom Gerard, it still took over 100-some races to actually finally get that first career win.
And Charles had the best reaction, and actually he won at next week's track we're going to at Picks Creek.
Yes, that was the very track where the record was, or that the record was snatched for most races before getting the first win, I guess, if you want to call it that.
It was like 103, 112, something like that.
It's somewhere over 100, I know that much.
Yeah.
As Brian Patterson now takes 5th away from Matt Dixon.
As next 2 more races will be COT races, so we are going to be running Picks Creek in Cleveland for the first time, I believe.
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't recall running it in this series at least.
So we got 40 laps to go. It looks like Will Lewis is doing what he can to make the chase. Tom Shelley and Kev are trying to catch the back and trying to get their first career wins. And running 4th, Mary Shelley just running for pride. And Patterson, he needs to get up there to win the race.
And Patterson right now trying to fight with the 84 Matt Dixon, trying to hang on to 5th.
As Now this looks like the Truck Series race where we had one wreck and it was pretty clean, but it was hard to pass in the Truck Series race, so it's gonna be interesting to see as here comes Duncan.
Yep, William Duncan going to try and pass Preston Plord for the 7th position now. Will do so as Steve Pollard once again fighting the 98, or fighting the 2 for the 9th position right now.
Yes, as Pollard trying to catch the back, and Pollard trying to go for a record-setting 5 wins. He's gonna need a lot of help to get up there right now.
Dylan Young trying to fight his way into the top 10 right now. That Pepsi Chevrolet has his teammate right behind him in the 48.
And has the Sheetz on. No, they don't have it on board.
They do not. As Steve Pollard now going for the 8th position on Preston Plord.
It's amazing how fast the 98 is after spinning around like a top and wearing his tires.
Didn't pit for tires either, so same tires on it. As Alexander Rowe up the track in the 2, that's going to open the door for Dylan Young.
And Dylan's finished first and second the last 2 weeks, so trying to equal that match.
And right now trying to do his best to, I guess, ensure that the 2 cannot get that first top 10 of the season.
Or top 20.
Well, he can't really do much for the top 20 part, as there's still several drivers left that would have to pass him.
Now there's one of the wild card guys we're focused on, Mark George, trying to race up there.
And 2 of them, really, because Zorline's even in that discussion too, so.
Yep.
And so this is key couple points here for Zorline. If he can grab those 3 points away from the 2 of Alexander Rowe. Not able to do it yet, as the lead is shrinking now. At least it was.
Until James Qualls got in the way.
As Tom Shelley now going to try and dispatch of that 11.
Man, what a story it would be for Tom Shelley. It would be a really cool win if he could pull it off.
Right in front of the hometown fans would be I don't think they would be complaining at all if a Shelley won for the 2nd straight year.
And I think it would definitely make up for missing the chase in the Truck Series if he gets his first Cup win.
Yeah, if you didn't watch the truck race, go watch that. Tom Shelley was the infamous 9th place in points going in. That has been so cursed this weekend.
Yes, it's been the Braun Strowman position.
Reference that is totally lost on me. I know what the reference is, but it's totally lost on me.
If you ever know Jackie Tan, what's the guy's name? Jackie? Who's Jackie Tan? He always makes that joke.
He's not someone in this series, I'll tell you that much. As the lead kind of stabilized once again, we find Jonathan Zorline battling with Alexander Rowe. That is for the 10th position right now, and Dylan Young going to try and take 11th away from the 2 car once again.
The real question, where, like I mentioned,
Whoa,
where's the
I think I just saw a car go up the track towards the wall. Maybe not. I don't know.
Henry Sanford? That's an oopsie.
Yep, 35th right now, although remember was involved in the incident, so no clue on the real extent of the damage as he tries to fight with the 9 of Charles Jackson.
There's Randolph not having a good run. I don't know where the 6 is running.
It's a good question. Oh! What timing!
Wow, that was amazing.
And Henry Sanford.
Henry Sanford, nice arc of brakes.
As Chris Washer, Mohammed Zain Abdullah, and Delan Abrahamian crashed, and I just saw the 29 was on pit lane.
Yep, so that's... Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Kev Shear just took out Tom Shelley, and Tom Shelley is
saved
pissed.
him in the same thing. Same, corner.
And Tom Shelley
pitting.
is pissed. The 07's got damaged, too.
And they're pitting right here, so this is going to be interesting.
Now, what do you take? No, the 07's not going to have the lead because he's going to have a log stop with damage.
So we'll have to wait and see what the strategies are up and down the pit lane here.
Man, that's a tough break for Will Lewis. If he misses the chase because of that, he's going to be really mad.
Well, it's still a long way to go. We're just over the halfway point.
See, here they come for 4 tires and fuel.
Well, one would think, but you never know with the way the series has gone.
Yep, the Jack Daniels pit box with the direct TV car.
And we have some strategy, I think, because Mark George just stayed out, unless he's a lap down. Never mind.
Henry Williams. Oh, Henry Sanford out. Ouch.
So Henry's gonna have to rely on the wild card if he can get there. And Will Lewis did not fix the damage and will be the race leader.
I'm surprised he didn't fix the damage. Where's Tom Shelley?
That's a very good question.
Well,
As he's still in his pit.
poor Tom. He must have got.
Very long stop.
Yes, it was.
He's gonna be almost dead. He might. Oh my god, he's gonna barely beat the pace car out.
Some guys didn't even make it past the pace car.
No, yeah. Preston Plord is going to get trapped a lap down out of all this. Let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow for the second time tonight. And here we are going into turn number 3, trying to figure out what happened to Delon Ebrahimian. He's going to get shoved up out of line by his teammate, the 99 of Levi McIntyre. And Zainadullah just gets squeezed, nowhere to go.
Yep, and that's gonna crush the 6. Sanford, like you said, nowhere to go.
Oh, Charles Sanford nowhere to go, and then Henry Sanford just driving by just gets collected by the 1 of Zain Abdullah, so...
And then when the caution comes out, the 07 got some damage and the 45 got turned.
Oh, okay, so that's why Mark George stayed out, is because he was already on pit lane at the time of yellow. What happens to Lewis? Oh! Actually clips the 6.
Yep, that's his damage. And Tom Shelley
was it? He doesn't hit that pit wall, I don't think. No, he hits the
Right.
77. And then Tom Shelley gets actually saved by the 43.
It's saved by the 1, actually.
Well, he gets spun by the 43 and then saved by the 43 all in one swoop, I think.
No, the 1 right here sets him straight.
Oh, yep. So, a very interesting thing there. And then Tom ends up with a very lengthy pit stop on pit lane and pretty much takes him out of contention for this one.
And like I said, Tom Shelley's pissed.
With that, let's take you back to the restart.
Perfect timing.
And we are going back green. There are some tail end of the lead lap cars, and I literally didn't pause it because we just managed to time it this well. We are back to racing here at Richmond. Top 10 is Will Lewis, Kev Shearer, Mary Shelley, William Duncan, Matt Dixon, Brendan Patterson, Jonathan Zorline, Kyle Matthews, Alexander Rowe, and Dylan Young. Battle for the lead. 3 wide at Richmond, maybe for the race lead. No, not quite.
If Kev wins this race, we're never going to hear the end of it.
As Kev now goes to the race lead.
What? English, Charles.
What did I say?
You said Kev to the lead.
Yeah, I said Kev to lead. That's English, as Henry Sanford is the only car to retire out of the race, so his hopes of making the top 10.
Oh, look at this. Lap cars 3 wide.
And that's not good. Caution's out. Kev is leading under the yellow. And a great job there for the 77, the 11, and the 42 to all gain a lap back. Qualls gains 1 of 4.
Wow, that was intense. If Kev wins, that means Wawa is the best.
And Bill Brack Jr. with damage in the 22.
Yep, and the 11 is now 3 laps down. As Tom Shelley got damaged, man. Oh, Jess has got damage.
Jess has damage in the 21. Although that could just be from stack up too at this point.
Yep.
So with that, let's take a look back at what happened though to bring out the yellow for the 3rd time tonight. And deja vu here at Richmond, as this time is Bill Bragg Jr. who gets pinched off turn number 4, and it's Chris Washer again.
Wow, hard hit.
This time with Louvier and...
Whoa, Steve Pollard.
Steve Pollard, Cole Deaver with a nice miss. Fitzwater barely clips him, and Charles Sanford drills the 22.
Nice breaks, Charles.
Tim Randolph gets drilled by the 45.
That's a horrible break for Tom Shelley. Race-winning car, and now just going to the hook probably.
Yeah, and then we saw, well, Jess already has damage there, so it looks like that was probably a previous stack up, I guess. That would be my best guess of what happened to the 21.
Yep.
But with that, let's go back to the restart. And we are back. Drivers out of the race after that last incident. Charles Sanford, Zachary Fitzwater, Bill Bragg Jr., Chris Louvier, Tom Shelley, and then separate thing, Henry Williams had the engine let go on him, the piston, the cause of the failure. He is out of the race as well. Kev Shear is your race leader. That is not an illusion. Will Lewis is
like
second. Brian Patterson is third. Matt Dixon fourth. Dylan Young, Jonathan Zorline, Vince Almarego, Zach Rogers, Christopher Pierce, and William Brock at the top 10. Levi McIntyre, Amy Shelley, Jack James, Jeffrey McCullough, Chris Washer, Steve Pollard, Tim Randolph, Charles Jackson, Mark George, Mary Shelley are the top 20, as I can already tell what's going on with the 6 of Delana Bohemian. The 6 is having to go back and forth the pit lane just to avoid not maintaining minimum speed with their damage.
Wow, that's gonna be a huge hit for them, as 43 trying to win, as Will Lewis 3 wide on the high side.
And that's Brian Patterson going to second. Meanwhile, Kev is still stuck up on the outside as well.
And the 11 needs a caution.
James, he might get it. Almost had it with the 07 and the 17.
Wow, that was close right there. But Kev is holding it over Patterson, who needs a second win himself. As it looks like he's happening here.
Well, the problem is I think Patterson's going to end up going, and Kev actually cleared the 20.
Somebody wrecked off the corner. Wait, nope, they stayed. There was a crash back there.
There was almost a crash back here as well.
I seen somebody on the bottom of the track back there.
That was Delana Bohemian coming off the pit lane.
As this to be a crash right here. Somehow not.
Is it? I don't think it's going to come in enough time for the 11, though.
As I cannot believe they're still straight. Oh, my God.
Not quite. And Will Lewis goes around. Oh, washes in another one.
Oh, bro. Oh, God. Will Lewis and Chase Hopes have landed on his lid.
And here's the race back to the line. James Quall is going to try and get another lap back. He is currently 2 laps down. He has just earned his 2nd lap back in this race.
The problem is it's 11 laps to go, so he's not going to make any more backup.
Oh, well. As Jessica Shelton, more damage on the 21. She was involved in that one. Jackson to the pit lane. Brock was involved. Christopher Pierce putting an end to any chase hopes he had of the owner's chase.
Yeah. Wow, Kev might have a chance. I cannot believe this is not a drill, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill.
And just a ton of damaged race cars in that one. Let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow once again. And turn 4 has been the trouble spot today. This time Will Lewis and Matt Dixon just kind of get locked together.
Will Lewis, he was dominating the race, and it all for none, as his chase hopes will end right here. As the 07 keeps hitting the wall, then Pierce Archer breaks him. Actually, not yet.
No, he gets into the 07 and then gets hit from behind. Mary Shelley does a great job to miss. William Brock as well. There's Jackson getting involved. There's where Shelton gets involved as well, and then gets turned by the 1.
24 is gonna not hit something.
Nope. Yeah, door's gonna kind of open up for him there.
As Will Lewis is done for his chase, it's gonna be
William
interesting.
Brock done for the night, so
yeah, he's gonna need an interstate battery to fix that.
Or at least, and it definitely looks like the 07 is done for the night. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, because the 07 did end up returning to the track. And with that, let's go back to the restart. And we are back. Drivers out of the race after that last incident are William Brock, Charles Jackson, Jessica Shelton, Kyle Matthews, and Muhammad Zain Abdullah, as there are now 26 cars left on the racetrack. Kev Shear is the race leader. Preston Plord second. Brian Patterson, Vince Almarego. Sorry, one of these guys is left. Preston Plord's left hand. Sorry. Brian Patterson, Vince Almarego, Zach Rogers, Amy Shelley, Jonathan Zorline, Steve Pollard, Jack James, William Duncan, and Jeffrey McCullough are the top 10 right now. And here we go. The pace car is going to pull off, and Kev Shear is leading the Wawa versus Sheetz 400 with less than 10 laps to go. We are back to racing.
And Dylan Young is pissed.
great restart there as Patterson will clear the 20 of Preston Ployd here, or at least he'll get to his inside.
As you know what, this is not what well, that's actually what Kev wants to do, but Patterson needs to get up there and pass Kev to make the chase.
Well, he wanted to see the 20 battling him, that's for sure, as right now, will we make it to the rest of the way, though, is the real question as well, as Vince Almarego goes for third on the 20. Or sorry, now he's in third. He's going to try and clear the 20 instead of sights on the 17.
They're just trying to catch him. 5 laps to go. Definitely going to be interesting. Both Evernham cars
now
are
it's
running
5
there.
to go for Kev Shear. The 43 has not won a Coke Vanilla Cup Series race since Michigan last season with Jessica Shelton behind the wheel.
And I never thought I'd ever see Kev win a cup race.
I don't know if Kev thought he'd see himself win a cup race, although then again I say that he might not even watch this, so yeah.
Am I allowed to
Caution
play?
is out.
And that's a green white checkered.
And that is definitely not what Kev would want to have seen.
Oh my god, the 98 almost got turned.
Caution is out, and I can't tell for what.
I don't know. Charles.
Might be for Cole Deaver?
We'll have to find out.
I don't know.
And it's already 3:44 in the morning, and it looks like my night's getting longer.
So with that, let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow as Patterson is pitting.
Holy crap.
And here's what happened to bring out the yellow for the final time tonight. Cole Deaver gets into the 29. They just kind of lock bumpers, and around goes the 8.
I think for at least the chase, we should have unlimited attempts, but that's just my opinion.
And unfortunately, I mean, that one probably could have been avoided, but Cole Deaver pointing backwards on the track, the NRSL officials deciding to throw the yellow. And looks like we're headed towards a green white checkered. Yeah. So let's take you back. Either we'll take you back to the restart then, basically. It's just a matter of whether or not it'll be double or single file. And we are back. Here we go. Green, white, checkered, no cautions for the Wawa versus Sheetz 400. Dylan Young, not a part of this green, white, checkered, but Kev Shear, the other part of Wawa versus Sheetz and all that madness, is part of this green, white, checkered. He's got some hungry hounds behind him who are desperate to make the chase. Green flag is back out. We're underway once again.
Oh, Amanda Shelley just got a hell of a
Amy
restart.
Shelley.
Amy Shelley got a hell of a restart. Oh my god, what a move. And she's got to set it in there. Here comes Duncan. Oh god, up the track.
Duncan sideways off turn 2.
Oh my god, Steve Pollock's gonna get into his teammate. Oh, they're 4 wide.
And here comes Almarego to second.
Amanda Shelley's leading.
That's Amy Shelley leading in the 12.
That's the second time in this broadcast.
That's the second time just in the green white checkered you've done that. Now
Amy Shelley
through turn 3 and 4.
Amy Shelley, it's gonna call
Off
the
turn
corner.
number 4, her first win of the season is gonna come at Richmond, and the Shelleys go back to back.
Amy's gonna do it, and what a finish! Alexander Rowe got a top 10. Holy shit!
Kev still finished 3rd, so he's gonna record his first top 5. Jack James in 5th.
From the last row.
That's his first top 5 of the season. William Duncan grabs his first top 5.
Holy shit. Alexander Rowe scored a top 10 finish. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And so Alexander Rowe grabs his first top 10 of the season, and 3 different drivers grab their first top 5 of the season.
And now the real question is, does Amanda Shelley make the chase?
Oh, I can answer that one. No, Amanda Shelley does not make the chase because Amanda Shelley is not in this series. You've done that 3 times. You've done it 3 times in a 7-minute period.
Please do not make me an YouTube video. How many times does Amanda Shelley appear? Amy Shelley.
4 times. I swear we've only been on for 2 minutes in the green, white, checkered.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning, God.
Amy Shelley wins the Wawa versus Sheetz 400. Vince Almarego second. Kev Shear, William Duncan, Jack James the top 5. Steve Pollard, Mark George, Levi McIntyre, Zach Rogers, and Alexander Rowe are the top 10. You see the top 21. We've got to wrap this up quickly because it's, like he said, it's after 1 o'clock. I've got to try and keep it down. And if we keep going at this and Pollard messes up the Shelleys one more time, I think I'm gonna lose it. So,
Well,
Steven, your final thoughts.
my final thoughts. It was a good race. We saw a lot of passings to Rex. I mean, God damn it, fuck. Amy Shelley won the race here today.
That time you
It-
didn't even say it. You caught yourself saying.
God damn it. So definitely an interesting race. Looking to the chase, it's going to be good. We'll see if Amy can gets into the playoffs or not. We're not. I'm not really entirely sure. Steve Paul is a definite, and with everybody 9th through 10th crashing, it was entertaining. The truck race was the cleanest race. It's a good win to Amanda. God, fuck. Amanda Shelley. No, Amy Shelley for winning this race. It's time for Pigs Creek. Screw you all. I'll see you next week. God damn it, I'm done with this shit. God damn it.
So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Congrats to Amy Shelley on the win. Congrats to Charles Jackson on winning the regular season title for the series. I'd like to thank Steven for joining me. Leave a like if you enjoyed this insanity. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Fantino1. This has been a production of the NRSL. I'll see you guys next time.
On a side note, this is going to be a separate video. How many times does Stephen Paul III mess up at Richmond?